Man, this shit gonna be quick as quick. Let me see. Give me a second here. We're gonna pull it up. Okay, it's gonna be quick. What is it? Here we go. No, I usually don't roast people from my page, from another page, but you know, when we got motherfuckers doing big shit, then I reach out however I want to. Sometimes the only way I can, you understand, give me a motherfucker, cause I'm about to crack on this dumb ass nigga right here. So we got a dude right here, right? Check it out. He in the corner there, named Quentin. What's going on, Quentin? Quentin looked like he have Down syndrome, whether it's from the front, the right side, or the left side. The nigga look like he's missing some of his, you know what I'm saying, chromosomes. The nigga over there, you know what I'm saying, look like something wrong with him. Okay. Now I'm not gonna talk about anybody else on this panel in this moment. Now I tried to get up there. The studio full. I kept clicking and clicking and clicking. Studio full, can't get up there to roast him. So I say, shit, I come on my own shit and roast this nigga who looked like he was in special ed. You know what I'm saying? Catching that short bus. His mama taught him that he don't get on nobody's bus who he don't know. So that nigga was like Forrest Gump. Talk about my name is Forrest Gump. And now we know each other. That nigga was like, my name is Quentin the retard. And now we know each other. These niggas on Fight Club. And they don't even know how to fight. Right? I asked that nigga one question in the chat. And that nigga put me in timeout. And then after putting me on timeout, that nigga asked me, do I have anything else to say? And so, yes. So I went to go type to let him know I got more to say if he want to read what the fuck I got to say. So this nigga think he's smart by timing motherfuckers out. You think you bad, nigga, timing somebody out? Nigga, it only shows that you's a motherfucker girl, bitch. You got bitch tendencies, nigga. You on Fight Club sitting up there digging in your ear. I saw you digging in your nose, bitch. Ain't got shit to say, nothing to contribute, and that's why that shit boring over there. If you don't get certain people over there, then the shit is boring. Now, before I get back on this nigga Quentin, Girly Quentin, let's go back to another person who name start with a Q. Like, did y'all see when she found out that Jay Prince is on this what do you call the list? There's a list of people who, you know, you can kick them off no more than twice. And once people kick them off 2 times, they come back and they get kicked off for the rest of the night. You know, the rest of the show. That's a good idea, right? Because without certain people, you ain't got no show. Without certain people, it's boring as fuck. And Jay Prince, like I said, I mentioned this a while back. Like he helps make the show along with a few other people, right? Whether you agree with him or disagree with him, That shit don't matter, right? People like to talk about it. Now, Q found out that he on this list. She want to know how much she got to pay to get him off the list. I ain't never seen no shit like that. Like he was in the back. She was like, nah, why he get to be on that list? Like Jay Prince was over on this channel before Q even came to this channel. You know what I mean? Before anybody even knew who she was, Jay Prince was over there rocking it. And like, what's going on with those two? I haven't seen him mention her in a minute, but she'll make it seem like the reason she mentioned him is because he mentions her. But see, that's not true. She mentions him, and then he mentions her, and then she mentions him and claim that she mentioning him because he mentioning her, and this shit continues to go on. But the messy bitch is cute. And listen, I'm not even against her being messy. But that boo-hoo crying shit though, that's that shit right there. Okay? Claiming to be one thing while she's another. Claiming to try to be like she's sophisticated when, I mean, come on, girlfriend. Come on, stop crying and whining. Fight or shut the fuck up. And then when you fight, when you go to scratch at somebody's eyes, don't act like you didn't do it. And so you could get men to jump in on your behalf. Because there's going to be some women who are going to want to tackle your ass on the behalf of Jay Prince. Okay? Because everybody see what you doing. That shit you did tonight, that was some whack ass shit. Like, I was like, damn, like, Jay Prince in the back probably waiting to come back up. I ain't seen him say nothing to her in the chat. And she found out he on the list. She want to know how to get him off. She probably going to figure out some kind of way. Because she was like, damn near like how much it costs. Like, why he got to be on? Why he get to do that? And Aaron O is like, yeah, he's been a part of this channel since the beginning. And she, like, yeah, I ain't never seen no shit like that before. This is YouTube, girl. It ain't that motherfucker serious, ho. God damn. Now, I'm done with that right now, but god damn. And y'all, and listen, the black women that these men be talking about be the black women they sit with. The ones who are called wolf. They cry wolf and then call wolf, and then they start talking about come and help me. And these men, they know this, but they don't say nothing. They ain't saying shit. Ladies, sometimes we're gonna have to, when they talking about what they call black women, right? The ones they talk about is right in their face. Right in their motherfucking face. And we see that shit right now, right? Shit is going on here on YouTube, baby. I was over there first after Jay Prince went, because I didn't want to go live. Like, I just wanted to take a little break. And I wanted to go chill, do my rounds around YouTube. And so I went over there by Jay Prince this morning. That was okay conversation, right? We was having fun. Then after that, I went by Mr. Real Estate, and I was about to get on the panel until my sound started acting up. So I had to reboot. And then it was hard to get back up there, so I couldn't get back up there. And then after that, I was over there by Jason. Is it Jason Black? No. Before I went by Jason Black, I went over there by Obsidian. Obsidian was live. And actually, I think I went by Obsidian first. Okay, wait. No. Mr. Real Estate, then Obsidian. I saw Obsidian was live, and they was over there. I know exactly what they're talking about, but it sounded like he was saying somebody named Six the Goddess said something about chaotic, right? Now, I know chaotic. Y'all know chaotic is a motherfucking troll, baby. I told people that he's over in other areas, reinventing his motherfucking self. But see, I was over there and they were like, somebody, the way Obsidian put it is that some woman accused him of sexual assault online. And I was like, sexual assault online? How could somebody sexually assault you online? Right? So I was like, nah, he's married, right? So then I started listening, and then it sounded like what they were saying is that he's sexually harassed. Now that's a different. There's sexual assault, and then there's sexual harassment. Now I haven't looked at the video yet or anything, so I don't know, right? But based on what I heard people saying, she was talking about something, and then he asked her something private about her underwear or something like that. And that's when she, accused him of sexual, I don't know which one, assault or harassment. Now, I didn't look at it, so I don't know if she was if she was joking or if she was serious or what. I don't know. But what I do know is Obsidian took that time, his time, to use that incident to try to deflect away from pearly things by making it a Black woman's issue. Now, after I'm over there by Obsidian, I was in the chat, while I was doing some things here at the house, and someone said in the chat that Dika Marie was live, and I was like, oh, let me go check out what she's talking about, right? So I go over there by her, and I think I shared that that's where I was, right? Because I wanted y'all to see that shit right there, right? She's a beautiful young lady, man. This is the thing though. I remember when she first came on the scene, and she was Manosphere. You know what I mean? Like, she was Manosphere, and I was like, the fuck? Like, what's going on? And remember, even over here, we was like, she's the type that these men talk about, right? And I'm not talking about like, I'm not saying that, right? I'm not the one saying she's that type. I'm saying these men, right? They talked about the woman with the tattoos and the one who speak a certain way, you know what I mean, manly and stuff like that. That's what I'm talking about. And that's what they were talking about. And we, she had the tattoo going up the arm and everything. But she had the right talking points. There's a couple of other women over here who these men don't like. But if they had the right talking points, right? I'm not gonna mention their names and shit, but these men got a disdain for Black women, especially certain types, right? If you got the goddamn tattoos, if you speak a certain way, if you're too dark, if your hair not long enough, if you're not light enough, if you know what I mean, if you're not submissive enough and shit like that, these men don't fuck with you, and they're mean, right? So there's other people. Now, the thing I liked about Danica Marie, first, I think she's I think she's beautiful, right? I like her. You know what I mean? Like, I haven't seen much of her, but I like the fact that she was able to get the manosphere and get a lot of men to follow her, because I knew that she could do something with that. The problem was, I always knew that this day was gonna come, right? The day in which they turn on her. Now, I'm gonna be honest, you know why I liked her? Without even listening to her, I liked her because I like the fact that she overran Jessica. I like the fact that she was able to come in and stump out Jessica and also the Crimson Cure. Like, I was like, okay, she gonna be able to pull, because first of all, you see her live, she gets on camera. Secondly, she is a very pretty woman, right? So she's stumping out the Crimson Cure just because she looked good. She's stumping out Jessica X simply because she shows herself, right? Everybody knows she's a real person. And basically that's it. You know, I don't know her talking points. So I just knew she was Manosphere. And, you know, we was over here and we were like, yeah, a time gonna come when they kick her out. When they kick her to the side. It's sad, you know, and I'm even sorry that I was right about that we were right, because I wasn't the only one saying this, right? Kind of saddens me that, you know, that she had to go through that. But every single woman, you know, Black woman who used to side with the men, and let me say, most of the content creators at one point used to side with the men. Like, it's like you come in, you hear what the men are saying, and because we're women, we know there are women who are, you know, doing things inappropriately. You know, you got the women who aren't taking care of kids, you know what I'm saying? You do have the women, you know, who announce that they then had several abortions, not one, not two, but 3, 4, 5 abortions. And like right here on YouTube. So what I'm saying is that we know there are some women who are just doing the most. I think every single one of us women know this. And so when you first come to YouTube, depending on who you end up listening to first, you may side with the men, right? So I came in during the time when Cynthia G used to get on the panels with these men. And so I'm not saying that I'm not saying that she was manosphere. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that they used to be, you know, have conversations, discussions. And I found Cynthia G to be very smart. You know, I stumbled on Cynthia G while I was looking at Tommy, because I came to YouTube looking at Tommy. Like, I've always been on YouTube since the beginning of YouTube. Like, I have stock in YouTube. They gave it to me, you know, for bringing people over years ago when they first started. But I did not know anything about when these sectors or when these communities started. Like, as far as I knew, YouTube was where you could come and look at YouTube videos, music videos, or videos of people talking, and you could respond to people and shit like that, right? But I never knew anything about these sectors and, you know, communities where you could come and really listen to anyone live, right? So when I did find that was because somebody linked me to Tommy, and that was around the time when he went viral with cussing that black woman out. So that wasn't that long ago, right? 2000 what 17, 18, maybe something like that, maybe 2016. I'm not sure. I think before he went viral with the cussing of that black woman out, something else had happened where a friend had linked not just me but us on Pal Talk. We used to be in a Pal Talk room where we talk, and somebody, which he's here on YouTube, y'all know him if I told you his name. He linked everybody in the chat to Tommy, like he loved Tommy. The nigga still loved Tommy. Tommy had to tell this nigga to, you know, stay away from him. This nigga was sending him money. Like the nigga right here on YouTube, right? And Tommy had to cuss him out maybe about a year or two ago. And Tommy showed everybody how much money he been giving him. He done gave Tommy like over $1,000, yo. Oh, a couple of $1,000 in the time in which he knew him. One man gave one other man that amount of money. That nigga used to be over there on Pal Talk bragging about this guy named Tommy. But anyway, long story short, let me shorten the motherfucker up, right? Is that I stumbled on in this sector of YouTube through Tommy. So that's my viewpoint on YouTube in the beginning. In the beginning, I sat there and I listened to him. And although I thought he was extreme in his talking points, he would break out in song and shit. Very talented man. Very talented man. So he would be funny. And then he would do the one-on-ones with the young women. And like he start off real rough with them, but then he ends up offering them things and they end up connecting and shit. Like that shit was like his one-on-ones was I used to come to YouTube just to look at his one-on-ones, yo. Like I thought this man and still do think that he's talented. He's talented. But you know, when it would get too much for me, I'm talking about for me as an individual, I would just, you know, hit the X button and go somewhere else. You know, I hit the X button and I would find somewhere else to go. So I found everybody who I was subscribed to through Tommy, though. See, Tommy, even if he attacked you, the one thing he had no problem doing is Tommy would link your shit so people could go and look at you and find you. That's how I found Sasa Ray through Tommy. That's how I found I actually found Cynthia G. I found Tariq Nasheed. Always so many motherfucking people I found through Tommy. He's not a selfish person. See, that's the thing that I liked about Tommy. You know, he would play the person's video and then tell you where this person was. He didn't try to do like some of these people. They try to hide who they are talking about. They don't want you to really go to see these people or subscribe to these people. Tommy used to tell you who they were. I found every black person I found on this shit was through Tommy. He would be up there talking about somebody. He would tell you who they are, and I would just like, man. So he's not a stingy person, you know. Tommy, and then not on top of that, if I put Tommy's name in the title and start talking about him, he'll pull up. He'll pull up, and if I want to ask him questions, or you know, he'll have a conversation and all that good old stuff. And that's what a lot of people liked about Tommy. even the ones who didn't like his talking points. Anyway, long story short, get back to the topic. I found everybody through Tommy. So how I found Cynthia G is Tommy used to Tommy went over there by Justin Lee Peterson. I think he did an interview over there. And I went to go watch it, right? Oh my God, it was bad. I'm looking at Tommy, right? And I'm thinking, oh my God. But Justin Lee Peterson is, they were like feeding off each other. It was atrocious, right? The talking points, but, I couldn't look at it much. But I was like, who in the hell is this nigga cooning like this? So I then went through his like playlist of videos and I saw this black woman, right? Now, I was like, okay, who is this? And that's how I found Cynthia G. I'd seen her on other, like Obsidian. I think by the time I saw her on Obsidian stuff like that, I had already found her. Yes, I'd already found her through Jesse Lee Peterson. And man, if you haven't, like, I know that Cynthia be on her channel and she talked about black men and, the Dusties and stuff like that. But when she was over there, see, that's the thing about women, right? We women, we can attack your dumb ass. That's true. But when it come to our race, though, like we don't let nobody come for the most part and attack us all like that. I was on a panel. I was on Jay Prince panel this morning, and a white man came up. This not the first white man. I think I told y'all about a white man a week ago, right? Or less than a week ago. But they Jay Prince allowed everybody to come over, so I don't have no problem with that. But this white man comes up. I had no problem with him. I'm not racist, right? He came up. I said, "How you doing?" Cool. And he started to talk about the talking points of the manosphere. See, these men are their own worst fucking enemies. They are the ones putting out the information, and now you got white people coming over, spilling out your talking point against you. That shit is crazy. And then the shit is not even true. So this white man in front of those black men on the panel told those men that black men can't fucking read. See, I'm gonna see if I can go pull it up. I'll get back on this Quentin little motherfucker later, right? Anyway, where was I going with that? Cynthia G was over there with Jesse Lee Peterson. Jesse Lee Peterson was talking about, how he talked like he's slow and shit. Talking about black people was this and black people ain't that, and black people are slow and not educated, shit like that. And Cynthia G said his ass straight, like she was talking facts about, how we are in some of the conditions that we are in. And, that nigga went all the way back to like he didn't, Jesse Lee Peterson didn't make no sense. In fact, if you listen to him, he started talking about his parents used to be on a plantation and that they were sharecroppers. He mentioned that they were sharecroppers. And when he said that, he essentially proved what Cynthia G said. He was denying what she was saying, and yet he gave an example to prove what she had said. And he kept muting her. He would mute her, and then he would. Oh, do I have the hiccups? Yes. Wait a minute. Oh my God. Hold up. Oh, I have the hiccups. Okay, let me go find that video. not the one of Cynthia, but the one that's wanted by Jay Prince. So she wasn't talk about no dusty black men or none of that. In fact, if you men go listen to it, you'll be proud of it. Like she had your back. She was holding it down, right? Now when she over here and we talking amongst ourselves and talking about each other, like the men attacked her first when I came over here, right? And I ran into her over there, like I said. Then I started listening to her. Now, her so when I would go by her channel, she was referencing the men as Dusties and stuff like that, which I had no problem with that. It was just that, when I first came here, I didn't want to hear that. Like, I didn't want to hear it from Tommy talking about the women. I didn't want to hear it from the women talking about the men. I was trying to figure out, like, what's going on. So let's get back to what I was talking about from the beginning. I noticed, when I came in, because I came in through Tommy, I was slightly on the men's side saying, yeah, there's some women like that. But, he was pushing it. It was almost like, and then he would say, I'm not saying all. And you're not saying all, but it sounds like you're saying most. And he would say most. And when he really got mad, he would say all. Yeah, I mean, all you bitches. He would get like that. Now, see, even I understood that because, he having an emotional rant at the time. When I get pissed off and I get into an emotional rant, y'all never heard because I don't do that online. But I can see, me saying some shit I don't really mean in order to, to strike back. But he's a man and he shouldn't be doing that shit online. But hey, he'll say he's human, and he is. So when I noticed, I just chuck it up to, hey, he's human. And I walked away, you know what I'm saying? I would go back and see what he's talking about because he had the all-night show. I ain't gonna lie. I used to put Tommy on my computer, on my phone, on my tablet, and lay down and try and go to sleep. And hubby ended up used to listening to Tommy too because of me, because he would wake up to me listening to Tommy. That's on some real shit. Now, like I said, when he started going in on women in a particular way, I cut it off. I was like, okay, that's too much. Too much for me. I'm not, too much for me. So I cut it off. Anyway, long story short, back to what I was saying. A lot of women came into this space, depending on how you came, you would agree with the men. So you see women who side with the men, right? Whether they are content creators or not, you'll find a group of women siding with the men, right? Now, that's how I think a lot of women felt. You feel like, oh yeah, he's true. There are some ain't shit women. You know what I mean? There's some ain't shit women. Some women who doing some real fucked up shit. And when I consider fucked up, I mean, if you having children and not taking care of them, that's fucked up. And that's fucked up on both ends. That's on the woman end, that's on the man's end. So, no, these men don't get no motherfucking pass for not taking care of their children. They raggedy ass motherfuckers. You a raggedy ass nigga if you ain't doing your part. And then they want to talk about you ain't holding the woman accountable. Well, she holding her accountability right there when she taking care of them kids the best she can. And that includes even if she gets help from the government. Okay? Because the men could get the help from the government if he had the children. But back to what I was saying. back to Danica Crimson Cure, which is Kendra G. I'm sorry, Kendra D, right? That's what her name was before she changed it to the Crimson Cure. Um, and and a few others. And some women have seen the light and changed. But I remember they may want people to forget that they were manosphere, but I don't. Cause see, because y'all know I go straight for the manosphere, and therefore if I'm going straight for the manosphere, these niggas would get some women to try to come for me. Now they all lost. They all ended up, with me roasting the motherfucker shit out of them. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't catching no motherfucking L's from no ratchet ass bitches who was, you know what I'm saying? The L I caught was when I realized that I used to walk this middle line, right? It's I still kind of do a balancing act, but I'm clearly against anybody who tell me they manosphere. That's why you always hear me say, I don't have no problem with men, but fuck a nigga in the manosphere. I don't get no fucks about him. And I truly don't. Right? But before I understood that there's this manosphere, because I didn't even know what the manosphere was. Like, it took me a minute. I still don't even understand all the pills. Like red pill, blue pill. I don't know the difference between them. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really, because even they don't know. Some people only when they want to insult somebody say, well, you're not red pill, you're blue pill. Or you're not blue pill. What the fuck is black pill? Like, I don't know. And then there's the gray pill. There's white pill, y'all. I know what the pink pill is because that's women, right? There's different color pills now. So many motherfucking different pills. And then people started breaking off from the manosphere and calling themselves other things. It's just a bunch of bullshit. But anyway, and it's a bunch of bullshit because these men been breaking off and making names and making groups and shit. And none of them smart enough to really make that shit legit. They dumb as fuck. They dumb as fuck, man. Dumb. How you got a whole group you got about 100,000 people watching you, right? Under the manosphere, over 100,000, by the way. And you ain't do nothing. You ain't trademark the name, copyright nothing. You ain't do shit. Niggas, y'all dumb. Y'all dumb. Anyway, so back to what I was talking about. So you side with the men, and then I realized, okay, these men ain't shit. I'm listening to them. They ain't take no accountability, but then they start using words like, she need to be submissive. And then I'm like, well, what you doing to get that submission? When they start talking about, they deserve it just because they're men. Like, what? You know what I mean? So I quickly realized that this ain't it. Now, they didn't turn on me because, because I was never that deep in it. I wasn't fighting nobody on their behalf. I wasn't, you know what I'm saying? I just used to be over there and I would just be in the chat laughing. That's it. You ain't catch me making no streams about nothing. I would get on their panels and chat with them. And I was always the person they can ask a question and I'm giving them pushback. I never was up there just agreeing to no stupid shit. You ain't gonna never find me on a panel and see that I was sucking on one of these lame ass niggas' penises or egos. Fuck these niggas. They asked me a question. I told them no lies as far as what I knew at the time. And I do that the same thing today, unless I'm trolling. If I'm trolling, and I do troll a little bit with them, you know, when I know these niggas know the answer, and they asking me to answer, and I may go extreme with the motherfucking answer. How the fuck you gonna ask me a question you already know? Right? Why you asking me a question that ain't got nothing to do with the topic? Like it's fucking ridiculous with these men. But anyway, so today though, I watch, should I say, and some of us who was here, I watched when Angry Man created Crimson Cure, but Mr. Fantastic created Jessica X. You see, now I tried to create some of these younger women. I was like, look, if you want to make some money, I was telling you, you ain't even got the, like, I was like, you could go head to head with Jessica X. I was like, and some of y'all know I said that. I was like, shit, get on camera and talk. I said, you ain't even got to talk negatively about nobody. I said, just don't talk negatively about women nor men. Just get on cam and be the young you that you are. People would love to see it. I know some of y'all be thinking, okay, I want to do this YouTube thing. I'm looking for my niche. You ain't got to do what other people do, and you can just do you. There are many people who would love to watch people just be themselves. You just got to share. You can't be a private person, right? You might be you might be young and you're dating, you're looking for love or a relationship. Shit, talk about that shit. Show some of your experiences and shit like that. People would love to see that. You don't have to talk about makeup. Talk about you. If you're a young family, whether you're married or single, talk about it. Show it. People love that shit. I know I do. Anyway, so I watched them create. I watched Kendra D, who was a shit, right? They created her. I watched. Then Jessica popped up through Mr. Fantastic, right? Then we all just watched in the last 2 years since COVID, Melanie King, Indika Marie, and a few others, right? Pop up. Now, the reason why I never went at any of them women, I don't go after women unless they come for me anyway. And the reason I never go at them, because I was like, first of all, like I said, I like the fact that some of them women was taking over Jessica, because Jessica, oh Lord, Jessica loved when they went after Pearlie. Jessica think she could get back in when she put her toe back in the water. Y'all know she was gone for a minute. She probably missing that money. You see? So I'm hoping some of these women, they make the right moves in the next couple of weeks, because one false move and they'll lose it all. That's how simple it is, because these men are stupid. You see, Obsidian is already doing a spin, trying to get everything off of Pearl. But see, those black women, they cannot let that shit happen. Do not let them spin it and get away with it. You're going to have to keep Pearl right down the table. Don't let nobody forget that shit. A woman who, like Jason Black said today, he was like, these men were following a woman who knows nothing about their culture, nothing about their ancestry, nothing about their lives. And the men were following her. And that, look where they are, trying to figure it out. Okay. Um, so I wish, even the manosphere women, the ones who got shitted on, because essentially Indika Marie sounded like, I felt sorry for her today. Like, she was over there, she was saying how much she poured into them even before they would come and, give her any um anything before they would even acknowledge her. She said she was over there giving them money, hitting the cash up and stuff like that. She said she was even be on a panel, and she was pouring into them, agreeing with them. And she said as soon as they was ready to trade up, that's what they did. And she sounded like she was hurt by that. And I can see why you will be hurt by that. I don't know, because I'm not suggesting that women support women who kind of turn their backs on women. I don't know, right? I didn't listen to it. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. I don't know enough about her content to suggest whether I will fully support or not. If they separate and she's no longer with the ministry, I would love to have conversations with her, shit like that. But if it's on some women ain't shit still bullshit, I'm not with that. Y'all know I'm not with that. I know we all know there's some ain't shit women. That's facts. And I know the women hate when I say there's some good men out there. But I also say there's some good women out there. Right? And it's not like I'm saying that there's good men but no good women. I'm equal. I'm an equal motherfucker. When I see the glass is half full instead of half empty, because that's how my life is, right? That's how I see it from my stance in my life. Some of y'all rather see the glass is half empty, and nothing's wrong with that. That's your viewpoint. This is the thing, though. Just like I be over here and I'll say that there are good men out here. When the men come for me and talk about women, I say there's good women out here. And if they ask me how many, what you think the percentage is? Nigga, shut the fuck up. I don't sleep with women. I'm not even out here sleeping with men. I'm married. So whatever number it is, I don't give a fuck, right? Because listen, you only need one. It don't matter if it's 1% of good men out here. The woman who want that good man, she just need to get one, not 1%. You just need one. Then they'll say they're hard to find, but that's what the men are saying about the women. And so it's either one or two things going. Either the men are right and the women are right, right? Or or you're both wrong, or there's a middle ground somewhere. Because I think just like I just think just like these men are really not out there, like they relying on other people's info. That includes TV, music, movies. That include some shit they heard from way back in the day. That's their source of the information. And I'm saying that the women are the same way. It's a lot of women who not dating or anything. She don't know what's out there. She just saying because it didn't run into her, which that's not how shit work. My husband didn't fall in my motherfucking lap. It wasn't like I was sitting in some house and all of a sudden he come crashing through the roof, right in my lap. That's not how shit work. Okay. And so y'all don't go out much. And when you go out, you're with your friends. And when you're with your friends, you ain't even trying to meet nobody. You know what I mean? And I think TV did that to y'all. I've seen some TV shows where the women, they together and they want to meet a man, but they go out and they aren't even attempting to smile. And then even when they do smile, they looking for this high profile man, the Weeknd. They're looking for Drake. They're looking for Tyrese. You looking for Ludacris. You looking for Lil Wayne. You know what I mean? You looking for motherfuckers that where they don't have a lot of those. You know, if they don't got a lot of them, then shit. Now you got to understand that even if there was 100 of them, there's millions of women, and you're not even competing for a man just against your sister, right? your sister, your fellow black woman. You fighting for a man across the board, all types of women. Because if he's built like that, where he got the money, the looks, the fame, and all that good old shit, well, you got a whole lot of women just lined up waiting. So, anyway, I want to get back onto my roast. This quitting nigga, okay? Indeed, if I did post a link to the video showing y'all where I was. If y'all missed it, y'all could go check it out. I felt sorry for her, a little bit. These men betrayed her, and but that's what they do. That's what they do. You're just a leg up. You're a leg up, and then when somebody come along, where they think has a few more wider steps than you do, then they're gonna dump you, and they don't do it nicely. They're not gonna let you go gentle into the good night. They're gonna toss you down, kick you, make you content, and then continue to move on. But what I say, shit, they want to make content out of me, baby. Let's do this shit. Cause I'm I'm with the shits, baby. Now back to this quitting nigga, this slow ass nigga, you know what I mean? This slow toward nigga, next time you got something to say, nigga, say it with your chest, you bitch. Instead of using your motherfucking timing out fingers, nigga. Say it with your chest, bitch. Oh man, I'm tired in the motherfucker, yeah. I'm tired. Ooh, I'm drowsy. I was hoping somebody went live, man. Somebody got to go live. But I'm tired. Listen, I'm gonna put this link out there and see if y'all want to come up. I'm going to sleep. Okay. So I can wake up in the morning. I got plans. I want to wake up and make breakfast. You know what I'm saying? I put hubby to sleep. I'm hungry than a motherfucker. I put him to sleep. And then I jumped online real quick. Okay. Let me see. I gotta come to my chat. Where we at? Where we at? Where we at? Am I still sharing? No, I'm not. Let's see. Is this it? Nope, that's not it. Nope. Oh, here you go. Okay. Black Beauty, how you doing? Yeah, I felt sorry for what's going on, Trinity. Where you been? How you been, Trinity? I miss you, sis. I miss you. She said Mr. Fantastic was the original simp. You know that's right. I like Danica, but she's not my cup of tea. I like Crimson better than her, only because Crimson's personality is more lit to me, and Crimson explains situation better than Danica to me. That makes sense. But I like Senji and the high powered podcast. Oh, I never heard of that. High powered podcast. So I would be considered a hyena to Crimson. I say I don't mess with people who call women names. You know what I mean? Because the Crimson Cure herself is a hyena. She just she's a she's the type that men really don't want. You know, um, I'm, there's different type of women, and we different type of women who like different type of things, and just because we like certain things don't mean we're bad people. And that's what I like about some of these content creators when they're not talking about. I like the ones who talk about, like, the content of the individual, the of their character, not anything to do with their hobbies and some of the things they enjoy to do when they're with their friends and shit like that. And these women, some of these women, when they start talking about women coming together with their girlfriends and going out, and or whether they go into clubs, and even if they twerking when they're at a club, like the men always go straight to twerking, and some of these women talk about twerking, but that's other dance move. Everybody's not twerking, but even if they are, that is a dance that we do. That's just a dance, right? It's a dance move, to be honest. It's not even an actual dance. Twerking is a dance move. It's where you thrust your hips or your bottom, right? And you could do it and not get real low with it, and you could do it and just be standing in one step, just shaking your butt. They're like, that's how you dance. That's how dancing is done. Okay. And we have women who judge other women and what they do, and I just find that to be ridiculous, because some of these women who won't twerk, right? Nobody's judging them. I'm not judging them. I'm not judging them if they want to put on a hijab and dress from the neck down. I think it's cute for them. It's cute on them, but it can never be for me. You see? And how is it that we can accept them in all their different religious beliefs, but then they want to judge other people? The shit that go on in some of them religions, that shit is ridiculous. Okay? Whole lot of static when Bad Girls swam a thug. Well, I don't know nothing about, we talking about thugs, but I don't know much about thugs, and what you consider a thug. Can thugs be redeemed? Like, can when they were younger, they was thuggish, and then you know what I mean? Can they get more mature and grow out of that? Just like
all people can have the ability to do that.
That's right. That's a woman who, when she was younger, she was a little wild,
Right.
and when she, got when some responsibility was laid at her feet, she straightened up and doing what she got to do to live. Hey, Shante, this is real life, man. When I talk about real life. I cannot be sitting over there with nobody who ain't been married, told people she was married, but it was a fake marriage, right? That's the Crimson Cure. Okay. So she can't tell me shit. And to be honest, for those women who looking for marriage, or you men who looking for advice from who married, or men, how you getting advice from somebody who ain't never did that? And or even in a real long-term relationship, you know what I'm saying? Even if the relationship failed, you can learn from something like that. That's true, right? You could learn. Maybe they could tell you what not to do. They can't tell you what to do, though. That's for sure. Okay, not for they can only tell you what happened in their relationship, and I noticed they never do that. They'll always tell you how it used to be, and they'll even lie and say, "Yeah, when I was younger, I used to have a mouth on me, but I changed." Yeah, you changed, and you still ain't got no man. Shit. Shante,
Hey,
how you doing, sis?
all
What's
right.
what's
Hey
going
there.
on, Kev?
Hey.
Man, I came over here to
I
look.
don't feel sorry for none of them bees because they sit up there with them and talk about black women. Now, I knew they was going to turn on them. I just didn't know when the point was.
I know
Got, look, they got them. They went to the gusto and got the whitey. So she knocked
they
them
tur-
out the box.
they turned on Cynthia G,
Yeah,
because she was pro-black.
I
she
remember,
was.
yep. And I
She
remember when
was.
Danica and them started, it wasn't about that gender stuff. It was just pro-black stuff. Everybody was
Mhm.
in cahoots. So then when it turned, the conversations turned and people had to defend themselves. And then you had the manosphere and them, you had them niggas there. A few of them niggas going for the money. They don't give a fuck who it is. They don't care who it is. If they think they can get a chance to go somewhere to the UK with a racist wife, but it don't matter. The niggas gone. Them top 3 or 4 motherfuckers gone. They some sellout ass niggas. I be telling people that shit.
Well, it
And
was all about the money. The money, even with the women, to talk about other black women. You know,
right.
black woman. I'm not going to sit there and just be talking about no black woman need to do this just to agree with them men. And that's what they was doing. And then they was making money on top of it.
Hell yeah, I remember when
So you get what you get. What you say? Karma is a beat. Shoot, karma come back
yeah,
and slap you right in your face.
I remember when Cynthia, not damn, I'm about to say Cynthia G. I remember when Sister George and Obsidian and a few of them got together. Remember they made that channel where uh, they were all came together to talk. And girl, Kevin Samuels went over there, and Kevin Samuels shitted on Sister George, like Jessica X was able to say what she want, how she wanted to say it. And
Mm-hmm.
of course, Kevin took her side, and that shit went to hell real quick. You know, listen, it was crazy, but I remember them. They do the same thing. They sit over there. I'm not talking about now, but back then, I used to watch women go and support these women. I'm like, what are y'all doing? Like I watch these women go to other women who were manosphere to learn from, and then take their content and other people and the manosphere content and build a channel.
Yep, that's what I'm saying. Talking
Um,
about other women.
talking about other women. Now, if
Mhm.
they're gonna
Mm.
sit there and talk about themselves and tell you how ghetto they were, and you know what I mean, and they wasn't feminine, and they changed their lives and shit like that, and for the better or whatever, and then tell you their results, that's good, and that won't be no problem. You notice when I talk about myself. Some of the stories I tell, it don't be about me. I'll say, yeah, I did this, I did that, but it might be somebody in my family or a friend. But I'm not gonna
Mhm.
tell y'all with somebody in my family or my
It's
friend.
more the story that actually matter, a story
Right.
that you heard of, someone learned from, or you learned from. That's all
Exactly.
a part of education and growing and learning.
Right.
That's why I don't mind telling my mistakes. Shit, I messed up a lot. You really can't shame nobody that been through something, come out and say, okay, well, I went through this, I made this mistake and this.
Right.
And then in that way, people don't have to make the same damn mistake.
Exactly. They can
At
decide
least,
whether they want to, take your advice or not. But at least, you know, you shared it with them.
yeah, it ain't even got to be my advice. It's just what I went through. Like this what I went through. So I mean, even as simple as a
But
hurricane.
if you
Yeah,
try to be
anything.
honest with them, they take it and throw it in your face too. Like try to be honest with them. Hey, I did
Oh
this.
yeah, you're right
I
about
messed
that,
up.
Shell.
Girl, I
They
don't be
would throw it
giving no
right up in
damn.
your face.
I don't give a fuck either though,
I
but
don't give a
but you right,
damn.
Shell.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
You
what you
know
gonna?
we don't
Well, like I had to
we
get
don't
over
so
there and cuss that old
yeah.
cuss old boy out and shit, man. You can't shake me,
We
man.
gonna get it. We gonna get it. Let's
Right.
go.
I
So
put that out there to the I'll put that out there to the algorithms. but like I do it in everyday life. And look what they'll say about me. You got your daughter up. I said, nigga, I walk with my daughter and my children every day, all my life. I don't care public or not. I don't know. Y'all must not be around y'all for y'all to feel some kind of way about, your children. Unless y'all feel like there's some kind of danger. But other than that, I'm proud of my kids.
Like, hey,
And to be an active father. Them niggas not, and that bothers them.
Yeah. I was on the where was I? Jay Prince earlier this morning. And there was a white guy came up there, Mr. Kev, and he like I said, I'm not against people for their race. I'm not against white people or nobody,
Yeah, I don't have a problem with white people. I don't like racist white people.
Yeah, that man came up there amongst them black men. I was up there. It was me and another woman.
This was tonight?
This was this morning. Not tonight, this morning.
I mean, this morning.
Oh, damn, it's 4 in the morning. It was yesterday morning. Friday morning, okay? Friday morning. And he came up there and he started talking about how gangster rap is the reason for our community being torn down and that black, and then so he was saying that black people assume that he has some privilege. And he was like, but he gotten stopped by the cops several times. And so I'd go to tell him, well, I tell him when he got stopped by the cops, it's because of something he did. I said, but black men get stopped by the cops simply by being black.
You know, I'd love that conversation.
Then he went on to say, well, he says, we was talking about prison. He said
you was on the panel?
Huh? Yeah, I was on the panel.
Oh, all right, good. I'd be like, I wish they had somebody that know how to answer them. All right, you was up, that you answered.
Yeah.
Right. Some people don't know how to. Some people don't know how to check their ass when they try to play that shit, and they know better.
None of the men look when he said, and yeah, I understand the course thing. He said, but the problem is when I was in jail, he said, what I noticed is that the white men, we knew how to read our paperwork. He said, but the black men, he said, they got more time because they didn't read their paperwork. He said that in front of all them black men on the panel. And you know what they said? I agree. And I said, what? I said, are you saying black men can't read? And so it was ridiculous. Them black men.
First of all, by the time you get your damn paperwork, you already sentenced or you already charged. It don't matter if you read that bitch or not.
That's what I went to go tell him, right? But they kept telling me, yeah, he right. And then they want to protect him because now I'm the enemy. Now, mind you, this man didn't say nothing black. He didn't say nothing bad about black women. He was talking about black men. And them black men was up there talking about, yeah, you right. And I was like, no, he's not right. And then we ended up having an argument over that shit. Because me and Tierney, started talking to him. Them men was up there sucking on his feet.
Don't even know how to address a white man or something like that.
They was fanned out. Now they get fanned out. That's what happened. They got fanned out.
I start getting real giddy when a white dude or somebody white talk to them. They change their profile, their aggression, and all kind of shit.
Well, he can call them low IQ and everything. They won't say a word. I don't see him call them low IQ and they won't say nothing. You stupid. Y'all low IQ and they won't say one word.
Let me see if I can find it. Because it was about witchcraft. Let me see. I found it, y'all. Let me see where it was. And we're going to play it. Let me see. He wasn't up there yet. And then another man came, because I had mentioned when he started talking about music. So I asked him, I said, well, what about your heavy metal, right?
Came from us.
The devil wishing the music you go back and tell you I'm wishing with the devil and stuff. When you know how you take them records and go backwards And they have all of those the money stuff.
Yeah.
Go backwards.
Right.
Yeah. See that they got something called heavy metal and death metal, and they talk about killing, murdering people, suicide, all that.
Drinking blood, all kind of shit.
Yeah, it's all
They even
that.
got
And
a cult in the following.
you know what these black men talking about? Started talking about, I don't know why you brought up metal. I was like, nigga, what you mean you don't know why I brought up metal? I said, you ever listen to it? That was a black man.
Devil worshiping and all kind of shit.
Yes, he talking about, I don't understand. She said, they kept saying, white people don't have music like that.
Yes, they do.
Oh, white people don't have music like our gangster rap and our rap. I said, their music worse.
Right. Not only is it more satanic, their movies are also like that. Everything you watched through our life that they created, their books are like that. Black people don't even write like books like Anne writes them. We don't even think like that shit. We can't even. You think we writing some apocalypse and some zombie shit? That's their damn psychotic way of thinking.
Man, this shit was crazy, man. Let's see if we can. Did I hit
dynamics? And well, I think that it is way more natural, and people are more comfortable, whether they acknowledge it or not, in a relationship where the man leads and the woman.
Okay, can y'all hear it?
Yeah, we can hear.
Okay, so let me rewind it. I'm not sure if that is where it starts, but I don't think so. Let's see.
Get the one that you want. You get the one that you can get.
That you don't have to drive and get pulled over by no cops and get treated how usually a black man would get treated. Don't you like not?
I do all the time.
Well, the difference is if you're getting pulled over all the time, it's because of actions you're doing. Where a black man may not be doing anything to be pulled over.
Right.
One thing that I learned in jail that really seemed to be the biggest separator, and I do agree that white people have a better time in court for sure. But something I noticed is that white people are the ones who read their paperwork.
What do you mean, read your paperwork?
Like I took it upon myself to understand the case against me. I was in, and when I was in jail, that was the same thing I saw everywhere. Is the white guys, except for the ones who didn't know how to read, but they were the ones reading their paperwork and trying to understand the case. And a lot of the black and Hispanic people would not even read their paperwork. You know, you're locked in jail with nothing to do. You might as well read the case against you and understand it, but they wouldn't even read it and would just hand it off to the public defender like that guy's going to help at all.
He has a point. And that public defender has
no, he don't.
other cases, so he has a point.
The public defender gets paid, I think, well,
you heard it, man. You heard that black man say he had a point. Yeah,
I heard him in the background.
Yeah, that Sir did that. Sir, these are coons.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because they're against black people.
And first of all, it don't work like that when you go to jail. You gonna get charged. They're gonna give you your paperwork, and then you got to go to magistrate court. You got a 72-hour hearing, and it doesn't matter if you can read the motherfucker or not. The judge gonna read it to you. For those who can't read. Right. And it's very few times that I ever seen, and I done been arrested a bunch of times. Right. And friends of mine and whatever, there's only been a couple of dudes that I know that could not read. And that was only a couple of dudes that I was in juvie with who never got a chance to go to school. So, and now
that dude over there, coon.
Yeah, he read his paperwork. So, and like he read his case. He didn't solve his own case. He only read the paperwork as only your charges. It don't take much to read your charge. Everybody know what they charged with. He didn't get no less time because he read the paperwork. The judge sock it to the black dudes. That's what they do. And they overcharge them with felonies, and they don't charge white people with those same felonies. The next thing is he lying. He gets stopped all the time. Like you just said, well, he must be doing a whole lot of awful shit, or he just targeted. They don't target white men like that.
Yeah, because he said they ran in his house 3 times. He's against the government. That's how.
Right. So he on their radar.
That's right. That's what I'm doing.
He slick dissing these, right? Right. He slick dissing these niggas right in front of him, just like Pearlie was doing.
Right. And that's
sit there minimizing their intelligence right there in front of him. The nigga like, yeah, he right. I see exactly what you're saying. I see that off the bat. The first thing I noticed.
Right. Here goes some more of it, and then we listen to review it. So we already got one person saying, "Yeah, you got a point." Here go.
Last I checked, it was like $390 per case that he takes. That's not enough money to do anything except for slide over the plea deal.
Yep.
Yeah, well, the problem is they're not reading because we put too much faith thinking that the government was going to have our back. That's why they're doing that. They're thinking, okay, man, I feel like you're going to protect me. Okay, what does it say? You know, I mean, unfortunately, our people
Now
can't
she
give
making
break. We
something
just
up,
want someone to
man.
give us fair justice. You could go to jail for 30 days for a bag of weed. Well, we'll go for 30 years for a bag of weed. Exactly.
Right.
So,
And I do think that I mean, so the way that I see the divide and conquer strategy is every group has something they're to blame for. You know, the Jews run the media, the blacks are rioting, and you know, over BLM, and the white people, well, white devils own all the shit. You know, like, so every group.
Say it again.
Hold on, yeah, he said the blacks rioting, white folks riot more than black folks, way more throughout history.
That's
See, these niggas don't know nothing, Bob.
Yeah, they do all that stuff and try to hide their hands when them riots come. They be out there just as worse as the black people.
Right. See, he trying to say like everybody got their one thing wrong. No, motherfucker, that's y'all. A lot of our people created. They only take they take Black Lives Matter as somebody who did the rioting. No, we got to name a whole bunch of riots white folks had.
Oh yeah, there's lots.
Even after sporting events, they didn't riot and tore up the city.
That's facts.
And for every damn time they showed a black person looting, now they said rioting, looting, they had white people looting too. I could show you the same photos of white people going in them fucking stores too.
You remember when George Floyd and them white folks was out there riding, but then they try to put Black Lives Matter and try to act like they was
Black Lives Matter was telling them not to spray paint the walls and shit like that.
Yeah. There was cops. They found some of the people was cops who broke into
and
that.
some of them was on the right that knew they didn't go down there and put on a mask and make the other side look bad.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. The cops, there's some cops from other counties and other states go down with masks on. I'm not sure if y'all remember this one video. I think it was an auto zone
downtown in a major city, and it was putting out bricks and shit.
Yeah, but no, this is different. There was I think it was an auto zone, and this this white guy with an umbrella, dressed in all black, went to go and throw something and break the windows in his auto zone. And the black man was like, well, hey, why are you doing that? And then he started recording him. And then he followed him. He said, are you a cop? And the guy, the white guy told him, yeah, the guy told him, don't follow me. He followed him around and everything. Come to find out he was actually a cop.
Yeah, I can believe that.
He was, they prosecuted him. Playing like he was black. He was playing like he was Antifa or something.
Yeah, he was a slender guy too. White boy with all black on. He wasn't like one of them fat cops. He was a regular dude.
Yeah, regular slender guy.
Medium built. Like slim to medium. I remember that.
Okay.
So this was Jay Prince channel you was on?
Yeah, it was called The Black Women and Witchcraft. I'm not sure what they was, because I getting that.
What are you up there with Black Women and Witchcraft for?
Well, that's what the title was.
Yeah, I'm talking about the white boy.
Oh, he came. I don't know. We was talking.
Who did he came up? Black Women and Witchcraft. What a white boy popping up for?
That's what people, the black people say they should be. These men should be asking. Like when they come over, ask them why they're coming over. Like they
want.
Yeah, because they want them to come up and the men start.
See, I don't mind them talking, but they're not gonna talk like that because I'm gonna check them.
They always come up like that.
Yeah.
A lot of these dudes be fanned out. They be fanned out over white folks. So when they come up there, they'll let them say anything. They won't do no pushback.
As whatever it's blamed for, that's the narrative. And I do definitely think though that black culture has been severely undermined with the men getting pulled out of the homes disproportionately high, and then the culture that replaced the fathers is gangster rap. And if you look at these gangster rappers like Tupac,
this guy
they're
gets
complete fraud. They're complete actors. There's some high school video of Tupac.
Y'all hear that?
What
He
the
talking
dude
about
said in the
Tupac.
background, Bob?
Oh, he said this dude, he said he ridiculous or something like that. Etso
I
said
think that
that.
was the dude on the left, right?
Yeah, Etso.
Oh,
Yeah,
I hear it. I know what he's trying to do too, Bob. He
yeah.
just said you niggas can't read, right? He just said that y'all every group has their own thing, making it like white folks shit is equivalent to what they perceive to be black folks looting, right? He didn't really want to go to the street crime shit. And now he's saying this. Now he say, okay, well, now Tupac is your kid's daddy, so the daddies ain't shit. And he talking straight to them.
Yeah,
right?
you talking to them.
And gangster rap and shit, and gangster rap became the daddy. I ain't never had nobody say gangster rap became anybody fucking daddy. And then he said, pulled you out the home. The government putting out, trying to put one on the government. See what shit like that, I'd be like, well, how they pull us out the home? But you got to know what you're talking about before you start.
But you know where he got that from.
He got that from the men. He got that from the black men.
Yeah, he just talked. Yeah, he get that
that
from them. You got that, and them niggas that had to do it too. But yeah, you just hearing some talking points on YouTube. I mean, y'all right. That's where he getting that shit.
That's where he got it from. He got it from the men saying that y'all pulled out the home, and that's a lie. It's just I don't know why they keep going on with that
for
lie.
the time, like me and Baum said, for the time that the men couldn't be there, that wasn't that long. It was a brief time that you could not be in the housing project. That's not all black men. That was a small percent of black families.
And it didn't even last that long. That's
right. It didn't last that many years. It didn't last that long because they changed that shit.
For the remaining.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Let's finish listening to what you got to say.
And this is not a gangster at all. I'm pretty sure he's wearing lip gloss.
Wait a minute. So you heard he say that he said that Tupac had on lip gloss. He called him gay.
Tupac wasn't a gangster at all. He probably wearing lip gloss, right?
Yeah.
And all he doing is saying that's black men icon for that age group. That's what, and he tearing down the motherfuckers y'all look up to. Y'all thought was a real dude. And he tearing him down right in front.
Somebody gonna say they agree with the Tupac thing. Somebody gonna say that later. I think it's gonna be Sir again.
Wearing lipstick.
And that's when they should have digged into him.
You know what I'd have said? You'd have told Tupac that? If Tupac was here now.
That's what we asked him. That's when we was like, nobody gonna be telling Tupac that. And then they say, why he came up there to disrespect one of our dead, you know?
Somebody, look, well, ain't nobody gonna talk about my baby daddy. It's crazy.
Nigga, only we could criticize Tupac. Fuck.
Okay, here we go.
And anybody else for that matter.
They're complete actors. There's some high school video of Tupac. And this is not a gangster at all. I'm pretty sure he's wearing lip gloss.
Wait a minute. You mentioned
Thug Life, bitch.
gangster rap, but what about heavy metal? What about?
I love it.
Yeah. Did you hear when somebody said he's right? So when he mentioned the lipstick, wait, let me see which one that was.
Yeah. Talk about Tupac probably somewhere wearing lipstick.
Yeah, one of the black men said he's
dead.
right.
Yeah.
Hold up. Wait a minute. You mentioned Sir said it. He said I said the same thing.
Right.
About Tupac.
Right.
And that's
he wouldn't have said it either.
Yep.
Like bitch.
Gangster rap, but what about heavy metal? What about?
I love it.
Yeah, I know, but it's destructive. But you're not judging.
It is.
It's destructive.
So
to
we
the
get
eardrum.
judged on gangster rap, but y'all don't get judged on heavy metal.
Well, I'm saying that I think that gangster rap is something that is internalized by kids, by black kids growing up. I don't think that heavy metal is internalized the same way. It is for some people, but I don't think it is as broadly.
Internalized headache.
Bombing up and shooting up schools. You don't think they listened to a heavy metal song before they did that?
Yeah,
they do. They kill themselves. They kill others.
Maybe.
Heavy metal is see.
Ain't no maybe. So, ain't no maybe.
That's right. So one of these black men gonna tell me, like somebody laugh when I mention heavy metal because they don't know. They don't like.
Yeah, he don't know. I heard him.
I had to get on one of them and tell them to shut the fuck up. Like I'm like, if you don't know what you're talking about, shut the fuck up. They stupid. Now the white man even saying that heavy metal It's destructive.
Right. He ain't disagree with you. He know
That's
exactly
right.
what they be saying in there.
Exactly. But when
He
he
ain't,
leave,
he
they
ain't
gonna
disagree
tell
at all.
me,
He tried to soften it, like, yeah, motherfucker. They talk about the worst shit, cutting off head, drinking blood, cutting your heart out, and they got people that follow that shit, and they go to
he
click it
say he
out.
loved it.
Yeah, he loved it.
Yeah.
Slam dancing and shit, the most violent shit you can think of.
Let me go, y'all.
For those of you black may not know, their lyrics
I think Eminem goes way harder though.
They had it before we had gangster rap.
But look, heavy metal is way less culturally. It's way less of a cultural powerhouse than rap is. Across all
may have a
races.
point there.
Oh,
He
Wait,
may
say
have
that
a
again?
point that it because heavy metal didn't take off as much as rock and roll, so he may, but they still have enough.
No. That's not true. Yeah, heavy metal is larger than rock and roll. It's just underground. It's almost like our underground rap when rap
Kind of
first
like
started.
our mixtapes and shit.
No, yeah, that's right. And you know why?
Because I
Because
can't
of
recall
the
a heavy
lyrics.
metal, a video or stuff like that, but it is selling.
They don't have video. They don't make videos.
Yeah, they don't
and
make
put it on.
mainstream.
Yeah, that's right. So the difference is.
Oh, you know what? Let me say this.
Wait.
I'm sorry. Marilyn Manson. That was the number one. That Marilyn Manson was their main dog with that black heavy, with that dark heavy metal shit.
That's
Marilyn
right.
Manson.
And he got mad because his music didn't go far. He went in there and killed up Sharon Tate.
That's what I told him on this
thing.
thing. That's right. Listen. So that type of music they wouldn't put on regular radio station, right? So they didn't want to push that openly. That's why it stayed underground. But
especially today,
rap with us, they wanted to purposely have us have that type of music. You know, at first they didn't. They was trying to ban it, but then they pushed that on us. So,
right.
But it is huge. Metal is very. In fact, they got different genres.
Yeah, they got heavy metal. They got metal.
Death
and then they got
metal.
some other shit. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
See,
so
now you made me think about it. That's why I came up with Marilyn Manson. Marilyn Manson was so popular underground. He was on talk shows. They were trying to interview his ass, and he was super popular. Now, even though it took a lot for him to get on MTV, but they ain't play much of his shit at all. They didn't play that too, because I remember looking at one of his videos with the vampire cutting people, blood spraying on the screen with a knife and shit. That was
he was
right,
part
mass
of
murder
the
and
Church
stuff.
of
That was
Satan.
Marilyn Manson.
You know, he was a part of the Church of Satan. Anton Levine. He was a part of that.
You know what, Bomb? He was smart. That boy knew that motherfucker knew the Bible back and forth. He just worshiped the other side. And then he had a big ass following, millions of the kids. You right.
That's right. There we go. I heard when these kids on these panels, you know, like if they don't know, okay, cool, I'll talk, but then don't question me. You know what I mean? I'm gonna make it. This man saying that rap is big. Rap is big, open, wide in the open, and he's right. It goes
rap
all
is more
over the
entertaining,
world.
but you had more people in the suburbs trying to follow Marilyn Manson them ass for no reason. Rap appeals when it influences people, usually to people that's already in that environment for the most part. Other than that, is entertainment.
Well, white people listen to the rap too.
Yeah, plenty of them.
Yeah.
To the point that they're trying to mimic them niggas now.
All the stuff that Eminem said about his mama.
Right.
And video he did about his mama.
And it's something
that's kind of some Marilyn Manson type shit right there, Charles. They kind of think of that's how white folks was. He just put it in rap form. Thinking about kidnapping their mama and putting them in a trunk.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Across all races, yes, because black people we didn't fall for heavy metal, but white people though.
I'm saying even in other countries they have rap.
Yes, because they steal and want everything that we create because it's fly.
Well, I really like Evanescence. They say, "Wake me up, and can't go back. Wake me up inside. Take me down. I like my white music, y'all. Don't take
But
me
that don't sound like heavy metal though. That
I
sounds
don't think
like
so. Hey,
heavy
look,
metal is
Nobody
something
nobody's
said
bang
saying you
your
can't
head.
enjoy music.
Fuck
I don't think
these
music
government.
has a color
It
to
could be
it.
anything, but it's it's
Yeah, that
free.
ain't heavy
Music
metal.
doesn't really have a color to it, but it does have a cultural message. And I think Gangsta Raps was delivered particularly hard. And I think that, but the key part of that, it's not the music. The music is an after effect. The key part of that is the black family was attacked harder than other races. And so there were fewer black fathers to teach young men how to be men. So these young black boys are growing up, and their father figure is the culture, the gangster rapper that they're listening to or watching on TV. And so that's the real paradigm.
But I agree. I agree that we were attacked by the government. The government.
No, hold on,
attacked
Terry.
Yeah.
black
I-
people too.
I think the difference is that when it comes to whites, they know how to differentiate music, entertainment from reality.
Oh, look at that shit there. Boy,
That's,
that's a
that's
cool
why I
ass nigga
brought
there.
you. You heard
see
it?
how he caked it?
That's a bitch ass nigga there.
See, I couldn't hold it.
I
I'm glad
got
wasn't up
bitch
there.
ass nigga ears detectors, bomb. I hear as soon as they're coming out their mouth.
Yeah, man.
This nigga there.
I'm glad I wasn't up there because I
They
couldn't
talk
too.
like they not black.
Who
Yeah,
said that, sir? Rewind it a little bit, bomb. So do it. Play it again for me, please.
Okay.
He dumb.
People
Oh, that's
talk.
worse than dumb
I
shots.
think the difference is that when it comes to whites, they know how to differentiate music, entertainment from reality. Us niggas, we don't do that.
That's not true,
You know what I'm
dude.
saying?
Stop lying. You don't know what you're talking about.
I don't think that's true either. Like,
God damn.
Even the white man
Even the white
disagreed
boy
with
even
it.
said, I don't think that's
He
true.
said, I don't think it's true.
That's how
He be-
stupid
they-
this nigga is. See, you
They be
yeah.
on,
See, now
they be on these
this
panels.
when you unleash Shazay on him. You one stupid motherfucker, boy. See, that's what I be waiting for Shazay. I just be baiting him, man. I be listening. I know you be ready to go on the ass, but I be waiting for him to get to that point there. Boy, you one dumb ass nigga. That's how I
They
catch
be
it.
on these panels listening to this old dumb stuff. They don't know
Right.
what they talking about. Hollering about Oprah this and Oprah that. Oprah didn't even deal with black folks like that. And it started with the white one. You know, that's what
Yeah.
Lifetime was about. The movie, the
Oprah
show
had a white women's
Lifetime.
club and book club. So she
Y'all-
Yeah, the Lifetime was.
Y'all think this panel was bad? On Mr. Real Estate panel today, them motherfuckers was talking about slavery, and I swear before Jesus Christ, them niggas need to be shot. They dumb as fuck. They started talking
you
about
saying book for Moses?
no.
Mr.
Mr. Real Estate.
Okay. See now, Mr. Real Estate, I bumped here. So see, this goes back to what we were saying. One of them dudes, because we was talking real estate and stocks and stuff like that. And the thing is, we got on the black and white topic. One of them dudes' parents are from another country. He was only born here.
Mhm.
And me and him bumped heads because he was like, well, this. I said, hold on, bro, where you from? And see, he got the ideas of his parents and shit like that. He separated himself from us, like talking about.
Yeah,
And
I
I can
think this guy, sir, I think his mama is white. At least that's what he claimed. And his baby mama is white.
Right. And see, they more in tune to agree with these dumbass white boys and shit. Like, man, what the fuck is you talking about? You got to know your history,
Y'all
bro.
see why I act up? I do the fucking up challenge all the time. Because I can't do it.
And that's where we be slipping that. And I be catching them all the time with that. Like whoever that is up here just dying to agree with this dude. That mean he said entertainment, bomb. So he went off of just the gangster rap music that might influence some dudes to entertainment. That mean the movies too, dude. Who make the most violent movies ever known to mankind? Terminator. Terminator. Who make the movies of going into a place and shooting everybody in a damn building? They did. And they don't know, but we don't know how to differentiate entertainment from reality.
What's his name? Spielberg, the director that do all that the scary movies.
Yes.
That came from them.
Right. Well, yeah, but all the violence. As far as entertainment is concerned, we only talking about gangster rap. They got 3 different levels of rock and roll that's real violent. all the television shows, you know, all the gore movies and horror movies, violent. That's by white people. And he said we don't know how to differentiate shit. Even though you got white kids still walking in elementary school, shooting everybody down like they've seen on the Terminator on one of these video games. That's how stupid he is.
Yeah, who did Grand Theft Auto? Who,
Right.
who made that?
White folks.
Well, them kids, yeah, okay.
Okay, here we go.
Man, you got guys.
You talk about
guys
East Coast
who
cake.
listen
Where's
to
your
rap
cake at?
music
You
and
got
they
your
try
cake
to
on
copy
too.
it.
But there are white guys that do that too. All the whitesters.
Let me say this.
It's not as heavy in our community, in y'all's community, as it is in ours.
You don't know
We
what's in
literally
the
try to
community.
copy.
Name a heavy metal song, or even
I'm sure he knows what's in our community. Like, you don't have to be in the community to be able to observe it.
Oh yeah, I mean, you can't tell me that gang banging and drug dealing and all that don't come from our music. You can't tell me that.
They were doing that before the music, but no, I'm not saying that.
But Bob Cherry, but you know what the problem?
They was doing that
Bob
before
Cherry,
NWA and stuff. They was doing that before NWA and all that.
Yes, NWA. Listen, I was born. I was a teenager when NWA came out. You probably was a baby.
Do you remember how goofy
they
and
was
kind
gangbanging in the
of funny
60s.
old school rap was before?
Oh yeah, you talking about Slick Rick?
Yeah, like KRS-One and all that.
Hold on, what was you trying to say, Hink? Before y'all move on.
No, but what I was trying to say, what is the problem is you got them weak-minded young men that believe nobody.
Okay, he gonna be breaking up and stuff, and I'm getting tired. If you want the link to this, and y'all want to play, y'all standing up here, y'all want me to keep it going, or what y'all doing? Because I'm going to sleep.
You can let it go, Bob. We'll just start it tomorrow because I'm definitely about to get down myself.
Okay. Well,
that dude that's extra stupid, and that's hurtful to hear the nigga say that. He don't know nothing.
Yeah,
but up here trying to hold panels, trying to.
You said that's on Jay Prince channel?
Yeah, Jay Prince. Yeah, it was called Women, Black Women.
Prince channel, catch one of these conversations. Yeah.
No, yeah, Black Women and Witchcraft. It's the one from this yesterday morning. Yeah, go check it out. I'm gonna play it in the morning. I'm gonna wake up and go live, but yeah, I gotta go to sleep, y'all. It's 4 in the morning. I'm tired. It just turned 5. I'm sorry, it's 5, huh?
I'm gonna get the link to that one. I'm gonna finish.
I'm still tired. Shoot, I went to sleep.
You want the link to it? Let me see. Let me grab your link. Oh, what you were saying?
I say I was tired, and I didn't go to sleep till about 9. Something, but still, still tired.
I get no sleep.
So I understand.
Yeah, I've been up all shit. I woke up this morning and wait, I gotta stop this. I gotta make it small so I can grab the link from Mr. Cab. This is it right here. Copy, put it in the back. Let's see.
Listen to some of this stupid stuff they saying.
Yeah, I'm gonna finish watching that one. You can't even have a conversation because you got to correct these dumbass niggas. Like, man, shut up with you on there. You can't even have a conversation with white. Even the white dude got to say, no, man, that's not true shit.
Yeah. You have a good conversation over there. But anyway,
only when that dude said it that he just stopped talking. Now, when you talking, you got to correct him the whole time. The white dude said she's right one time. He ain't never questioned it again.
Right. It get worse because even when he leaves, that's when they get even more ignorant about black people. Black people talk about black people. Oh, and on the Mr. Real Estate thing, there was people coming up there claiming that black slaves wanted to be enslaved and that they were too stupid to fight for freedom in the beginning. And I'm like, I didn't get a chance to talk because my mic, when I got up there, my mic wouldn't connect. So I had to get off, try to come back. They was making it seem like people just out of Africa
just volunteered to get on the boats and and then we don't want to be free. See, that's when they can.
Wait. They said that they called. Somebody said, yeah, they was calling us monkeys and things, and somebody said, yeah, the reason they called us monkeys and things because the way we was acting. That's what they said.
Wow.
They said that, and like and I wanted to get up there and ask them, well, if we was acting that way, because they taught Africans how to speak their language. They traded with them. When they got there, they saw that we had families and everything. And then they get back to America and then they're gonna act like we ain't have none of that. You know what I'm saying? And so then they started saying we wasn't people. And the black people was like, yeah, they only called us monkeys because the way we acted. They only called us animals because the way we acted. That's what somebody said.
Hey, you gonna act the way, if that's not your environment that you ain't grew up in, you're gonna be different. You're gonna be strange. Because that's not your environment. So
but they wasn't acting like animals. The people
they
didn't know the language.
Hold on, Miss Shaw. There ain't no environment. We never act like that as no motherfucking
people.
No,
I ain't talking about acting like no
I'm talking about
I'm
for
just
them.
saying,
For
even
them.
if you to act different,
If
I go
there was
somewhere,
anything, them was some dudes that was in the Caucasoid Mountain acting like animal with clubs and shit don't know how to bathe. And them niggas don't know that. But they go down there, they don't know their history, but they go assume the worst shit and make shit up about slavery.
Yeah,
because they think white is better. They think the white is better.
Yeah, it was terrible because think about slavery. You came over here in chains, bondage.
Yeah.
And then and then you ain't even know the language. And then even if you escaped where you was gonna go, because you ain't even know where you was. Yeah. You ain't know how to read a map or nothing because
First of all, it was a fight until they beat us and split us up for over generations. That's why it was 400-500 years.
Yeah.
They did that. So you talking about
your family from you and everything.
Yeah, but that's not
What you saying?
No, I was saying that's not, you said first, but that's later on. We talking about in the very beginning of slavery.
Yeah, I said we fought the whole time. What he talking about, like they didn't know if they didn't want to be a slave. He talking about at the end, after generations of fighting. The first ones always fought and rebelled. The rebellion kept going till slaves never stopped trying to be free, even after 400 years.
That's right.
Never stopped trying to get away. Never stopped trying to get away. We had to survive.
A few ships never made it back because the motherfuckers revolted on the ship. Right. And the ship that was sunk and burned down, it's a few of them that never made it back.
A lot of battles went on with rebellious slaves in Texas that went on their plantations. The slaves in New Orleans out the Noah Ninth War with the Indians took over New Orleans twice. They had to call in the military twice. And they still had niggas trying to get free. The famous photo that you see with the man that was beaten in the back who begged for a knife to kill himself, he was still running away as a slave. All the way up until they ended it, they created a police force because so many slaves were still running away.
Right.
Just to catch them.
That's right.
That never stopped. So and Shannon had to tell that to some of the old dignitaries, AP ass, said, bitch, we ain't never give up, nigga. We ain't never bow down. Because he like to claim that he one of them old native man, get the fuck on there. No,
you talking about actions,
bitch. We ain't never stopped fighting. We had to think to survive.
Is that who AP is? Action potential?
Yeah.
Oh, hell no. I ain't know that
me
was talking about
me and Sean,
don't
they had to
tell me
tear
nothing that
his ass
nigga
up,
got to say. That nigga dumb as
I told you I jumped up on that panel and we meal for Mr. Kale.
Yeah, we had to get them motherfuckers straight because Sean's from Texas. They got their history too. And here your ass come tell me, I said, well, nigga didn't talk about you need to go talk to the motherfuckers over there at the casinos and shit. You ain't get your casino money, native ass nigga. And I tell you, even though they be black, you got the roster because their mentality different.
Retarded. He is really something wrong with him because he fight with everybody on every panel. Now you on Six of Red and gave you a ranch and you call her all kind of fat this and fat that and all that.
Just funny, cold.
Okay, I gotta go, y'all. It's 5.
All right, yeah.
All right, get you some sleep. I'll see you when you get back.
Okay, see y'all in a few hours, y'all.